Good evening, my fellow Michiganders. Good evening, my fellow Americans. Just going to make a short live tonight just to update you on a few things. Number one, this is hot off the press from our man with the plan, Mr. Dave Bondi. If you haven't found Dave, make sure that you go to his page and like him. He is one of the good journalists out there, folks, that are always reporting the facts. And that's one thing that we've been talking about ever since the beginning is I feel as Michiganders, as Americans, we just want to be told the truth with up-to-date, accurate, and truthful information so we, the people, can make educated, empowered decisions on exactly what's going on. And we know a lot of the mainstream news, unfortunately, and the journalists are fake news. That's just been proven time and time again, especially with going through this experience with seeing the governor go on her live press conferences and say lie after lie after lie, and they don't hold her accountable, which I have been. So I'll continue to do that with her live press conferences. But Dave's a good one. Make sure that you follow him. And he just sent me a link, or I saw a link on his page. And lo and behold, Clown Show is going strong, folks. It still is. And it's like we're going back in time now. And it says right here, fraternity and sorority houses in East Lansing are ordered to quarantine. All right. So I'm not even going to share the data tonight because I feel like it's a broken record. All of us out there know that this virus doesn't have the teeth that they said it was going to in the beginning. I'm not going to have to say all that again and give you the up-to-date data because we all know what's going on. There's not a big uptick in deaths. The cases and the positive cases, we're finding out from all the data that I've shared over the past several weeks is 90% of the people that are testing positive are not even contagious. You know, watch my old videos because I'm not going to beat a dead horse here, folks. I'm not going to go over and give you the same data. I've already done it. This is Ultimate Clown Show, and it's going strong as usual. And I got off the phone with a reporter from the east side of the state of Michigan today. And she was, she's sick. She's sick and tired of working for these companies that all they're doing is pushing their narrative. They're not being factual. The journalists are not telling the truth. And she's sick and tired of it. And God bless this girl for standing up, and she's voicing her perception, and she's going to be going down a different path now, and we're probably going to see more of her. I'm not going to tell you her name or who she was, but she said all along that everything that we've already known and believe that they're just pushing a narrative and agenda. And she's like, there's so many people on the east side of the state that haven't even heard of what you guys are doing. I know you have a very heavy presence in the west side of the state, but we want to make sure that we're getting you guys some exposure because people are still afraid around here. Isn't that funny? Like the narrative that they continue to force. And that's what this leader, I'm not even going to call her leader, the elected official, continues to do is get on there and scare people and tell people that you need to face diaper up because it's going to save your life. And we need to hold other people who don't face what diaper up accountable, implore them or use violence forcefully, right? That's what she said a while back. And so that's not what an elected official is designed and supposed to do. They're supposed to inspire hope, give the facts, and allow the people to make their own decisions. And this is just another example of a governor who is giving the power to the health department now to quarantine. Almost feels like we're in Germany back in World War II, folks. So let me read you this article real quick. East Lansing, Michigan, the Ingham County Health Department is asking. That's what it says, is asking. I'll get to that point here in a second. Is asking 30 houses to quarantine for 14 days. The executive order from the health department includes fraternity and sorority houses as well as other renter homes. All people residing in the home must quarantine through September 28th at 11:59 p.m. You can view the list of homes here. The Ingham County Health Department says people who violate the order could face jail time and a fine of $200. But they just asked. That doesn't sound like asking to me. That sounds like you better do what we tell you to do or you're going to jail and you're going to have a fine. That's not asking, okay? So they might as well just come out there in the beginning and saying fraternity sorority houses are quarantined, and if you break our rules, you're going to jail, because that's what they're saying. They're not asking anybody against your constitutional freedom, folks. Stand up, Michigan State students. Oh, my gosh. If you don't protest against this, I don't know what you're going to school and learning then, folks, because you're missing a very, very big thing on that piece of paper that our forefathers inked on. So if you're watching in Michigan State, I'm hoping you students are seeing what's being done to you, especially, man, the whole point of our freedom festivals and our protests that we've been doing at Stand Up Michigan, I'm not even going to talk about the tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that have been protesting in Detroit and Grand Rapids and Lansing and Kalamazoo and everywhere else right, which is their First Amendment right, there was no uptick in virus. There was no uptick in deaths. In our freedom festivals and our protests, which was getting thousands of people, no uptick in virus and no uptick in deaths. No mask, no social distancing, tons of high fives, handshaking, hugs, all of that. All congregated in one spot. Where was the plague, folks? It didn't exist. And the reason we did that is to strategically show everybody that this virus is not what they said it was going to kill 10% of Americans, 30 million of us, right? We did those things to empower and educate, to bring the truth to all of you. And this just shows you again that they're continuing with their fear narrative. So let's talk about the rules for these poor Michigan State students. If my kid was in Michigan State right now, he'd be pulled out of this college. So under quarantine, people are asked. No, you didn't ask. You just threatened them, right? You didn't ask. Let's keep it real. You threaten them. If they don't follow your order, you're going to throw them in jail and they're going to get fined. So don't say that they're asking people, because they're not. Remain in the residence unless they need medical care or necessities that cannot be delivered. Those who leave the property must wear a face covering at all times and maintain 6 feet physical distancing from others at all times. Separate themselves from others in the residence as much as possible. Wear face diapers when in any common areas of the residence at all times. Maintain 6 feet physical distance from others in the residence at all times. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, it's insanity. So they're putting face diapers on youth sports in football, soccer, and volleyball. If anybody's watched the NFL, which I don't anymore, but I saw highlights, they weren't wearing face diapers. Why not? Why aren't the professional athletes? If we're mandating the face diaper for all the youth sports, why aren't we doing professional athletes? And then we're doing it for high school athletes, right, and youth athletes, but we're not mandating it for the refs. Clown show. Show me the what do they call her? Lead doctor and the doctor in the state of Michigan, lead doctor, I don't know what they call her. Answer that question, Doc. Why is that rule in place? Because it don't make sense. You don't have no research. Don't act like you do. You have no science and data supporting that clown show narrative. Answer, oh, this is a good one. Prohibit people who do not reside in the residence from entering the residence unless they are proving an essential service deemed necessary for the immediate health and safety of the residents. So you got to prove to yourself that you're an essential service deemed necessary for the immediate health and safety of the residents. There are so many holes in this. Oh my gosh. Answer or return phone calls and text messages from the Ingham County Health Department staff or the university's physician's office within 2 business hours. Cooperate fully with all questions asked by Ingham County Health Department staff or the university physician's office to ensure immediate contact tracing can occur. Allow health department staff or their designees on their premises for any random checks for compliance. Allow health department staff or their designees on their premises for random checks for compliance, if deemed necessary. Wash their hands often and practice good hygiene methods. Hey, there's at least some common sense in this. Wash your hands. Don't spit in people's mouths. That's how you stop it. Take their temperature twice daily, once in the morning, once at night. Inform Ingham County Health Department or the university's physician's office if they become ill. Prominently display the notice of mandatory quarantine, attachment 2, on exterior entrances to the property. Yeah. So you're going to put something on your door that says something bad's going on in here. Wow. Wow. You know, I thought this in the beginning because people were still scared and we all didn't know if this virus had any teeth. So I even quarantined in March because I didn't know. I'm not against the quarantine. Told you all this from the beginning. I was against the excessive quarantine, especially when there was no data being released that took away our citizens' rights, sacred values, and constitutional freedoms. That's what I was against. Never against the quarantine from the beginning. Wasn't. Not until it didn't make sense. Just like face diapers. I'm not against face diapers. If you want to wear a face diaper, fine. If you have an underlying medical condition, fine. Protect yourself. I'm against the mandate of the face diaper. I'm against you telling business owners that they have to do it or they're going to lose their health license or license, period. I'm against quarantine and asking but telling them that they're going to be thrown in jail and that you better cooperate with the health department and have random checks if deemed necessary. Folks, this is overreach 101. Horrible. This is what this conversation has evolved into. And I wasn't even going to talk about, I had happy stuff to talk about tonight. Had all this great news. I'm going to get to the good news because I'm always going to be the beacon and the light and the lantern in the darkness, today's challenges. But I had to jump on top of this narrative once it comes in because that's my job, is to give you this information and update you as soon as I can so you can stop the clown show. So Michigan State students, stand up. They are infringing on a lot, all right? Especially when the data doesn't support it, folks. I'm not even going to go through it. Not going to go down that again because I've already talked about it for the last 5 months like a broken record. But Michigan State students, fight for your rights. Fight for your rights. That's all I'm going to ask you to do. You do not have to fall through with this. You don't. Make sure that you are contacting your parents, your lawyers, and you do what you deem necessary. But you do not have to go and do all that. But that's up to you. That's your constitutional right and freedom. If you want to follow that, feel free. But if I was a Michigan State student, I would not. Okay? So let's get to the good news. Because this just reinforces why we need, and we are, getting the Repeal 1945 law done. I think Ron just posted earlier that he is doing an interview tomorrow to talk about the unlocked petition, obviously. And folks, it's going to be done. We're getting it done. So I encourage all of you right now because the momentum continues to build. So okay, now I'm going to go off on tangents. You got me on a roll tonight. So there's all this backlash happening right now, which we knew was going to happen. So there's a news story that, somebody out there again, they got information that there was a circulator lying about the petition. We've been down this rodeo again, right? They're saying that the people are out there lying and telling them this is going to support Governor Whitmer, and they're lying to get people to sign it. Look, this is the question I keep getting. Why aren't we handing the signatures right now, the 341,063 that we need? We want the 500,000 because of what they're trying to do. They're going to try to discredit all of you and all of your hard work by bringing up this stuff. So, you know what? Maybe there was somebody out there. I don't know. I don't know all 60,000 circulators personally. Maybe somebody slipped up and said something they shouldn't have. I don't know. However, that's why we're 30% over. That's why we're getting 500,000. So, yeah, maybe there's 5,000, right? Who knows? They're gonna nitpick anything that they can to stop this. That's why we didn't want 350,000, folks, because they would have nitpicked and we wouldn't have had the required signatures to get this through to the legislature. So strategically, we want 500,000 because it forces them to have to count them and get it through because the power is from we the people. And I'm starting to see like opinion articles and stuff on how we're taking the power away from the government or from the governor, that she saved all of us, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter anymore because we're going to get it done. But they're saying like this only represents a small percentage of the population. Whew. I'm going to shoot down that narrative right now. Let me tell the person, I don't even know who it is, that wrote that article, the opinion article, that says it doesn't even represent the majority of the population. If you give me 5 more months to go around and banging on my drum, we'd have over 1 million signatures, easy all day long, to repeal this 1945 law. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And we wouldn't have to lie. All we have to do is tell the truth. And all of this will just back up everything that we're saying. So if you give me time, we'd easily have over 1 million because we did 500,000 because we're going to get this done probably by the end of the week, folks, because the momentum continues to build. We would have had 1 million easy. And we did this, in less than 2 months? The fastest ever citizens petition in the state of Michigan, maybe the fastest ever in the United States. So you give me 6 months with the petition backed by this garbage, we'll have over 1 million. So that's the power of we the people. So these things are going to come out, the discredit, who cares? You all have done a fantastic job in record time, standing up. Momentum continues to build. God bless every single one of you. This guy and the rest of the Stand Up Michigan movement is extremely proud of every single one of you, all of our volunteers, busting their butts ever since April 9th. God bless every single one of you. I'm proud of every single one of you. So continue to hammer down. Let's go over. Let's make that announcement. It's not going to be 500. It's going to be 550. It's going to be 600,000. Let's just keep rolling. We will get on here and let you know to quit circulating that you're done. Your job is over. Now we need to go make the Secretary of State get it done. We will let you know. So don't quit. All right? Don't quit. Keep hammering down. That's what we keep saying. All right. To the final thing that I'm going to talk about tonight. I'm excited. This Saturday in Northeast Grand Rapids, right? Northeast, yep. We are going to be meeting for a Trump caravan, and we are going to be meeting at the Deltaplex in Grand Rapids. 9:30 a.m. on Saturday morning is when we're going to start to congregate. They're going to have a little stage set up, a little mic for me to talk. And so here is going to be the itinerary. I included in this description or in this video the description of what's going to happen and the event link that you have to click and say that you're going, because Miss Christina is going to update us with the route. So here's what's going to happen. We want thousands. I think there's 3,000 people coming right now. Thousands of people to show up, decorate your cars, kind of like the gridlock. Kind of like the gridlock. All right. So decorate your cars however you want. American flags, Trump flags, whatever you may be. Decorate your cars. We're going to meet at the Deltaplex. 9:30, we're going to meet. 10:45, we're going to sing God Bless America. We're going to sing the national anthem. We are going to pray. Praise God. And then I'm going to address the crowd, get you all fired up, and I'm excited for it. This is kind of like my first rally. All right. So I'm really excited for it. And 11:20, we're going to start the caravan, single file in our cars. And we are going to honk and have a great time. We're not going to do any burnouts. We're not going to be doing any donuts. We're going to be orderly, okay? We're not going to stress out the Grand Rapids Police Department. We're not going to run through red lights. We're not a funeral, okay? We can't do that. So we're going to obey the law, and we are going to just caravan down to a final destination. I don't know where that is yet, but that's why it's so important for you to get onto the link. Click us that you're coming, because Miss Christina is going to update it when she has the route for all of you to know, and we're going to congregate at an area and celebrate wherever that may be. Again, I don't know what it is, but it's going to be a great time. Bring your families. I'm so excited to bring my kids to this one, to let them get involved in this process, this political process, which I think it's a great opportunity to get them involved. They let them be and aware of what our first constitutional amendment states is the right to assemble, and do it peacefully. Guess what we're not going to do? We're not going to riot. We're not going to burn down the city. We are going to show America what decent Americans will do when we exercise our First Amendment right. And so that's why I urge all of you, bring your kids. Let them experience the energy. Let them experience the magic, because we all know that this election in November is probably one of the most important elections in the history of this country. Get them involved. Let them see what you stand for. Let them see what you are standing for and what it's about, okay? So it's going to be great positive energy, and I love seeing all those kids there get their American flag so they can wave proudly out the windows. But it's just going to be a fantastic, fantastic morning, folks. It's not going to be all day. It's going to be a couple hours of your time. What a better way to spend Saturday, right? Especially when the Big Ten ain't playing, especially when the MAC ain't playing. It's true. Y'all don't have nothing else to do on Saturday. You can't go to football games, so you might as well come rally with us. It's going to be a great night. Also, the unlocked petition tents will be there, taking more signatures, because we're going to continue to hammer down. Holy cow, I hope we get 700,000, right? Unlocked petition will be there, so you can hand in your petitions. I'm always getting messages. Where can I send my petitions? So go there, send them in. Also, there'll be areas for you to sign. Also, we'll also have Stand Up Michigan merchandise there for you to buy. We get message that they don't want to order online. So it's a great time for you to buy merchandise, okay? So all that's going on. Big week. We're going to update you as soon as Ron's going on tomorrow. He posted that on the Stand Up Michigan page, so check that out. I go on the radio with Justin Barclay, our man, around 9:10 a.m. I won't be able to do a Facebook Live because I'll be on the road tomorrow, so I'm going to have to do a phone interview. So you're going to have to listen to his station, and I'll post on here what that station is on AM and FM, okay? But it's Justin Barclay. Just Google him. Great, phenomenal human being, great patriot. Love him to death and his support. And he's one of the main – there's been some critical people throughout this process, been giving us a platform to get our message out, folks. Dave Bondi's been great, and Justin Barclay's been another one who's given us airtime ever since the beginning to get on here and just tell the truth, because we know in the beginning, especially, there's so many lies being told about us. And he was always there to allow us just to tell our side in a bipartisan way. And so, Justin, if you're watching, God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Okay? So hammer down, folks. Do not stop. Michigan State students, stand up for your rights, guys. Stand up, guys and girls. Stand up. Stand up. Make some phone calls. Do some emails. Peacefully protest. But we have to stop the clown show, and it's going to take all of us, okay? So God bless you. God bless the state of Michigan. God bless these United States. Hammer it down, folks. I will talk to you all soon. It's going to be a great week, busy week, but we're getting it done. I'll talk to you all soon. Goodbye.